Hey folks, this is Rick from Rick's Review. I have another review for you today. I purchased an orbit ball. I've had several orbit balls over the years. I think I started using them in about the early 90s. And that's pretty much all I've used. I don't use your typical mouse, whether it be a mouse with a ball in it or a mouse with laser, which is pretty much all the stuff that they make nowadays as far as that goes. But I use orbit balls, and I want to show you a few of the orbit balls that I've had and why I like what I have now. Okay, so here's the orbit balls that I usually have. The one that I like the most is my Logitech orbit ball. It's this gray one seen here with the red ball on it. My wife has the exact same one on her computer that she uses. We're both quite used to them. Of course, we use different mouses at work, mice, meese, whatever, at work. But that's enough about that. I think the first one I ever purchased was the Kensington, the big one with the blue ball. And then I purchased several other ones in between, which I don't have anymore. And then I purchased the wireless one with the little blue ball pictured here. Then I decided I'm going to go ahead and just start using the old Logitech that I had before, which is a little gray one with the red ball. That one has pretty much been my staple for the last, 28 years, 27, 28 years. I've been pretty much just using that one. Recently, I decided I wanted to have a cleaner look on my desk. So I went ahead and purchased a wireless mouse, or a wireless orbit ball again. This one, I wanted to make sure it was going to match the color scheme of my desk. It happened to be red, which is great. And then it happened to be wireless, which is even better. But the best thing about it, as far as me purchasing it, was the fact that the ball itself was on the index finger to the middle finger, as opposed to being on the thumb like the little Logitech with the blue ball that's pictured here. I didn't want something like that. I wanted it in the middle. Well, when I got it, I am pleasantly surprised. I am very surprised. It is padded. It's got like a foam, kind of like the arms on the chair, the desk chair that you're sitting at right now. And it has a switch on it, which actually allows you to accelerate the mouse, the DPI on the mouse, or the DPI on the cursor. So you can move it a heck of a lot faster. Instead of having to go into Windows settings to change things, you can actually change it on your mouse. It's got a 3-pole switch, which you see here. And then it also has several buttons that you can program it, as well as a scroll wheel. So I gotta tell you, I am very pleasantly surprised with this orbit ball. I think it ran me about $60, give or take, on Amazon. It's shipped from Japan, although it is a Chinese-made ball, if I'm not mistaken. But then, isn't pretty much most everything that's electronic made either in Japan or China nowadays? If you have an Apple phone, yeah, that's made in China, if you didn't know that. But most things are made in China nowadays. This thing feels solid. It's huge. It's monster size to the hand, and I like that. I have large hands. And I mean, geez, this thing is great. It takes a little bit to get used to because I'm used to that small little bitty gray one that you have, or that I have. And this is just great. I mean, I like it. It's a big ball. Kind of reminds me of the old arcade games that we played back in the early 80s. Centipede and a few other games like that with a huge orbit ball in the middle of the arcade game. So, but either way, I recommend it. If you're interested in it, I have the link down below. I have the link to all the other orbit balls that I have as well. And until next time, if I can save you a few bucks, I will save you a few bucks.